Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play? Welcome everyone to another instilling episode of The Doctor. Today I present to you Child's Play, a 2019 Homody. Homody, short for horror comedy. Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end. Howdy ho. This is the iconic line of the killer doll Chucky of Child's Play, a horror franchise that was started in 1988 and directed and co-written by Tom Holland and produced by David Kishner from a story by Don Mancini. In his original, Catherine Hicks plays a widowed mother who gives her son Andy, Alex Vincent, a doll for his birthday. Unaware that the doll is possessed by the soul of a serial killer named Charles Lee Ray, Brad Dourif, and after that, 5 more sequels and a reboot were produced. I'll touch on the reboot in a little more detail later, but after Child's Play, we get the sequel, which plays out like the first one, but add 2 years or so. A foster home, and there you have it, Child's Play 2. Child's Play 3 follows suit, except now we're at a military school, and we have a semi-love interest, which goes exactly nowhere. After the Chucky trilogy, the next 4 films are totally out of whack and come off as meta-horror comedy, just like the reboot. In Bride of Chucky, we are introduced to Chucky's girlfriend, Tiffany, played by Jennifer Tilly. In Seed of Chucky, we learn that Chucky and Tiffany had a child, and that goes nowhere in the 2013 Curse of Chucky. He is out for revenge and infiltrates the family of a woman, her sister, and her young niece. Then in 2017, Cult of Chucky, Chucky returns to terrorize his human victim Nika, who is confined to an asylum for the criminally insane. Now, after Cult, it ends on a cliffhanger which is set up for future installments. Now, there has been speculation if a TV show is in the works, but as for now, we have this reboot on our hands. Before I start my review, I must say that this reboot has nothing to do with the original franchise whatsoever, and not at all ever to the original writer or producer had any impact on this film. So let's begin. Right off the bat, one thing you may be aware of is that in this reboot, the killer doll sounds just a little bit different. Well, this new toy of terror is voiced by Mark Hamill. He also has voiced the Joker in Batman the Animated Series, has been the phenomenal face and voice behind Star Wars' own Luke Skywalker, and even has been in The Simpsons, playing Luke Skywalker. Something this reviewer will never forget. Now, as the movie only clocking in at 2 hours, felt only like one. The premise is a company that creates the doll, it controls everything via the cloud. Gee, where the hell have I seen that before? It's almost similar to the plot of Terminator Genisys, where it views Skynet not as a government software, but as a personal Uber, Grubhub, and smart home controller. But instead of it being a phone app, it's a doll, a creepy yet oddly funny doll. Now, as I'm writing this review, I have just seen this movie, so I was a little disappointed on how things were orchestrated throughout the film. Right off the bat, we're introduced to the doll via a commercial, and then we cut to a factory in Vietnam where a worker is daydreaming and is punished for doing so. He then proceeds to change the doll's settings from good to evil. Insert Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episode Clown Without Pity here. After that, he assembles the doll, then commits suicide. Now, even though this has nothing to do with the original, couldn't it have been that the worker is punished, then makes the doll, kills himself, and his tortured soul infects the doll? I don't know, maybe I'm just fond of the originals. After that, we meet the mother who works returns at a store where she has been given the evil doll in a return. And the son who is deaf and wears a hearing aid. Now you may ask, where's the father? In truth, we never do get an explanation, only a brief scene where we're looking at a book, and then Andy slams it shut. And as far as plot goes, the story, it just is the doll getting evil and more evil, that's it. The climax is a bit rushed, and even the supporting characters are just there. Just to be his friend, say a few lines, and get it done and over with. There are genuinely funny moments and creepy moments sprinkled throughout the movie, but it is an okay, maybe decent horror movie. As far as plot, it is a B- of a movie. At best, but nothing to sequel making. At least I hope not. At very best, the only saving grace is Mark Hamill's voicing the doll. Now that is genuinely creepy. It just fits so well. As far as a rating, I'd give this movie a B-. Not amazing, but not horrible either. It's up to you if you want to go out and see it in theaters while it's there, but I wouldn't, and just wait for it to come on Netflix or cable. Child's Play is my first Homody of 2019. I do wish you thank you for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful evening. This has been the Doctor.